Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry, the original creator of the FolkArt one-stroke painting technique. Welcome to the Let's Paint Studio right here at Plaid. Learning to paint has never been as easy as when I teach you how to load a brush with multiple colors where you can blend, shade, and highlight with one stroke of the brush. Our new program with Let's Paint FolkArt One Stroke this year is going to be all about learning how to paint 50 different types of flowers. And as you can imagine, 50 flowers makes the possibility endless to be able to paint floral designs. I'm thrilled that you've chosen to join me on this one-stroke journey. So let's paint. And this lesson, we're going to do a morning glory. And we're going to be using the reusable teaching guide, the FolkArt multi-surface paint, and those colors will be moon yellow, magenta, wicker white, cobalt U, citrus green, and sap green. And then we're going to be using my one-stroke brushes, which are a 12 flat and a 2 script liner. So see all the curls in there? It's going to be fun. All right, so what we do first is that we practice on this side and wipe off and practice as we go. Now, that's going to help you because they're my actual size strokes that we're doing. And we're going to do our morning glories first and then add all the fun tendrils and things on top of it later. All right, so we're going to use our 12 flat, and we've dampened this and wiped it on a paper towel to get the moisture out. And then we're using our double loader to split the brush right there in half, and then go right here and work it in really quick with pressure. Then come pick out some more, and there we go. All right, so I want to see if I've got this color. That looks pretty good, right? We're going to come down and make the trumpet of the morning glory right there and not get that big. So let's practice that again. All right, so it slid a little bit, so I want you to stand it up, and then I want you to put pressure and slide back up, straight up. All right, so there you are. And then we're going to come in here and put this apron on top of that trumpet. So, and it's going to be cobalt blue and wicker white. So I'm going to come right here and work this in. The white's going to be in the middle, so we want to really get good cobalt in there. We still do have some white, of course, but as we're coming around here, the first thing that you do is you're going to go around and go to a peak. Around and go to a peak. You can start here, follow your arrows, and you're going to go right back here and make a peak and make a peak. Now see that center in there? You can push a little bit harder to get it filled in, and I want you to practice this. It's not hard, but you have to think about it. Okay, so I'm here at a point, I push, and then I lift, and I come back to a point. So it's pressure. So chisel, that's the chisel right there at the end of the bristles, pressure, and stand up. All right, so as you go around, now we're going to put the pink on the inside. But before I change the colors, I want you to see that I'm going to flip this brush and do a bud. And these buds, like hibiscus and some of the other flowers, these buds twist and they open up from a twisted bud. So it's kind of fun. So you're just pushing here and you're standing up. All right, so do you see the pink that we have in here now? Well, I'm going to clean the brush, and then we're going to go to the magenta, a little bit of white with magenta, and work this in, but not so much white as we did before. Now what's going to happen is that we're going to make a smile here. See that white? We're going to come right in here and come up. So it's just a smile. But see this right here? We're going to chisel up into the blue so that fades in there. So if I come right here, I got to go where this trumpet is. So you don't want to be turning sideways. You want it to go right along here. So here's the inside of the morning glory right here, which you're going to see from the bottom down there. Okay, so see that goes straight up. And sometimes you just see the face. Sometimes you see trumpets on the bottom. All right. And then the last thing we do, besides the detail in here, is that we're going to take this brush with the 12 flat with just cobalt. And in all these little segments, I'm going to come down here. And they go into the center of the flower because they're twisted and came open. That's what you see is all these right here. See how every point comes into there? And these stop right here. All right, without pink on them. Okay, so it does take a few little steps, but it's so fun when they're all done because they're so pretty. All right, I wish I could grow these, but they don't grow too well in Florida. There we go. Now, let's come over here and I'm going to do another one where it's kind of like a vine like this so that you can see this happening. Now, where I want to put the first flowers, I'm going to take and use the magenta and worker white. Okay, got too much on there, so let's pick up some more. There we go. All right, so actually let's go this way so we can see them coming off the vine. All right, so I'm going to come right down here. And there's the first trumpet. And I like to do triangles, so we're going to do one coming this way. All right, and then we'll do one down our vine a little bit more, going this way. Okay. A little bit more. There you go. Now we're going to wash that off. Next step, remember, is this. So pick up the cobalt and some white and work that back and forth. Okay, so I kind of like to start here so I know where I'm going to go first. I'm going to come right there and get a point. Push down and get a point. We need more cobalt. All right, so you want to go around and make sure that we're getting that rounded area. Now you can take and draw this on with a pattern using the pattern of the reusable teaching guide and trace that. And that might help you to stay right in tune with these guys. All right, so I want to make this one a little bit bigger. And this one's going to go right up to that. Okay? Okay, so that's where we're going to put the pink. So let's do another one. Okay. We're going to chisel, push, chisel. Okay, so now we're going to come in with our pink. So that's the magenta and the white. We're working that in. We want a good amount of magenta so it goes in there nicely. Okay, so it's a smile. So we come right here and we want it to go where that trumpet bottom is. And then we're going to pull this pink up into there. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to come in here with just cobalt and we're going to flatten this brush. All right, and we're going to pull this in into the middle. I guess my fingers smeared that so we can get the point and the point. So we just have a little bit here. Do you see that? Right here, we're going to make just this little bit. Touch and pull in the middle. Goes around, around. Okay. Now we'll let that dry for a few minutes before we put the other detail on it. But let's come in here and practice. Oh, we didn't do this bud. Let's put the bud in there. And I'm going to make it small. So I'm going to make it 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll add the green to that and it'll be perfect. All right, so when we're working on our greenery, we're doing a lot of curlicues. So let's take and let's roll this. Only time we usually use water is with a script liner. And when I'm practicing this, it's hard to practice right on top of our strokes, but I want you to see that you want to only be working at the top. And it's like a fountain pen, it runs down for you. And then you can take these little vines, you can also do them this way. And then when you put the leaves on here, they're the only thing that's got a little bit of substance to it. Just a little bit of a little leaf around here. Slide. It's like a little slider leaf on the base of those, of each of those actually. But you can see right here, I can touch, pressure, lift, and it's a little slider leaf. Okay, so now we're going to come and put the green that we just practiced onto our pieces, all right? So the first thing I'm going to do is get some water and make a little bit of an inky puddle and pull this brush through it, the 2 script liner. And sometimes they get a little bit thicker, all right? So what's going to happen is I'm going to grab the Morning Glory, and the vines kind of go everywhere, so you can take and have it kind of all go to one spot here. So your 2 script liners, what I'm using, all right? Now I can also, while I've got this all inky, I can come in here and make some curls. All right, and you're pulling it from the center. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can just come in here and make it look loose. All right. Now we're going to add all these little calyx and a couple of green leaves in here. So I'm going to turn this around and work it right here. So there's your sap and your citrus green, sap green, and you're working it in. I've muddied up a lot of spots here. There we go. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go up here and stay up on the chisel to get this bud. All right, and then I can add a couple little ones coming down. And on top of the Morning Glory blossoms, I'm just kind of doing the calyx up like this. All right, 1, 2, put a short one right here. And then when I'm doing the leaves, what I like to do is I like to do those 3. 1, 2, 3. And then pull the stem. I like to go into the leaf. I just did a no. Nobody says that to me but me. I say, don't ever do that. And then I just did it. So I want you to go into the leaves because it gets smaller as you go in. Okay? And then I can put another one here and then pull the stem into it. Okay? There we go. I like to make this a little, oh, not that dark, just a little bit darker. Now, let's come in here and finish up this little guy here. What we do to the center is you can do a highlight on here where I'm coming right along here and put a little bit of a highlight. And then I just dot a yellow with the handle of the brush right in the middle, like you're looking down into the blossom. I had so much fun today sharing how easy it is to paint these flowers. They turned out gorgeous. Remember, practicing on the reusable teaching guides right over my strokes gives you so much painting confidence. Thank you for joining me here in the studio. And remember, we just learned one more of the flowers from the A to Z one-stroke floral painting sets. And I would love for you to take pictures and share them on our Let's Paint with Plaid Facebook group by hashtagging Let's Paint Challenge. Come on, everybody, let's paint.